Hey everybody, welcome back to my video series about what it's like to teach at the university level in China. My name's Matthew Boyle, and today I want to talk to you about what it's like to get your medical exam. That's something that's often required if you work at the university level in China as an up-to-date physical checkup. And so I want to tell you what you need to prepare before you go to get your medical exam and what you can expect to happen to you and your precious body when you get there. So first off, I want to mention if it's possible for you to get your medical exam done in China, I would do so because it's not really that invasive of a process. It's not a very difficult process, and it's rather cheap. In my case, it was cheaper than it would be if I had it done in the US. So though there can be a little bit of a language barrier and a culture barrier, it could end up saving you some time and money in the end, and you'll have a unique experience to show for it as well. So the medical exam in China may cost you somewhere between 200 kuai and 500 kuai, depending on what level of a city you're in and how developed the city is. Okay, so let's talk about what you need to prepare before you even go there. You're going to need your passport. Of course, you're going to need the money to pay for the exam, and you should find out how much that's going to cost you. You're going to need some of the little passport photos that are often required for a myriad of things in China. So you should go ahead. There will often be photo shops around the universities, or you can do it yourself. If you can make it look right and follow the rules with the background color and the size and not wearing, glasses or hats or the wrong color shirt or whatever, you can actually print those at home if you have the right printer and photo paper for that. I've gotten away with doing that myself. So passport, money, you're going to need at least 2 or 3 of those photos, so I would bring 4 or 5 with you. And you're also going to need, I would bring a book or something to do while you wait, because it could take 15 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe even an hour. You'll be waiting for your turn if it's busy and you're in a bigger city. And also you can't eat on the day that you go to do this. So those are the things that you need to keep in mind and prepare before you go. I guess I should also mention, but this kind of goes without saying, that you need to know some of your personal information, like your social security number, the current work address that you're going to have for the school that you're working at, blood type, height, weight, those types of things you might need to put down on a form. So that's maybe something too you need to think about in advance. Okay, so now let's talk about what you can expect to happen when you actually go there and you arrive and you've got all your stuff, you're ready to go. When you go in, you're going to probably have to take a numbered ticket like you might at one of China's banks. And that's to keep everyone organized, give everyone a number. So you go, there should be a little kiosk or a front desk, and you're going to just have to pull a number and wait. Once your number gets called, you take all the documents that you have along with that ticket number and you go up to the main counter. And you're going to have to do like a brief check-in, maybe fill in a form and pay. Okay, and then what they're going to do is they're going to give you some forms that have, in my case, the last time I did this, they had some many copies of the same barcode in the form of separate stickers. And so what you have to do is you have to take those to about 7 different locations within it's kind of like a hospital is basically what it is. You're going to have to go to 6 or 7 different locations and visit different doctors to have different types of exams done. And they're going to check you off on your form. They're going to scan the barcode that's for them. They're going to put it on their forms. And that's kind of how they keep track of you and keep you logged into their system as you go from place to place. So you're going to have that form with some different stickers or barcodes on it for all the different doctors that you're going to see. And then after that, it's kind of anyone's guess, really, as to where you're supposed to go. It's a little bit freeform after that, in my experience. If your Chinese boss is with you, great. They're going to lead you around. They're going to know exactly what to do. But if you're by yourself, you're kind of going to be wandering around a little bit. There might be some doctors outside the different doors if they're not currently busy with someone, and they'll wave you over. And you just kind of go to whichever room is open and not too busy, and you check off the exams that you have to do one by one with each doctor. And when I did that, I felt a little bit strange because I was kind of like wandering around, not quite sure where I was supposed to go, hoping I didn't end up in a surgery room with, like, come out amputated or with an arm sticking out of my back or something strange. So that was a little bit weird that we weren't guided at that point. But let me tell you what exams are actually going to happen. So there were 7 exams, 7 things that happened to me while I was there. They were the blood pressure test. I had to give a blood sample, urine sample, vision test, a chest x-ray, something like an EKG where I had to lay down on my back, pull up my shirt a little bit, and they attached wires to different parts of my body. I felt like Frankenstein. And also an ultrasound, which was very strange. I don't think I ever had that done to me before, but they put a little bit of oil on my belly and like roll the thing around. It looks like what the women have done to them when they're pregnant for like a sonogram. But those are the 7 things. So once you feel that you've done every part of that form and you've seen every doctor, then you're going to take that and go back to the main counter, and they're going to kind of sign off on your form again to make sure that you finished it, and then they're going to give you a ticket that's showing you, it's kind of like a receipt, and it's a time and date for you to come back, and you need to present that receipt when you come. Usually it takes about 2 or 3 days. You come back, you present that receipt, and then they give you the final copies of the forms. Okay, so let me show you what I emerged with. When the tests were all over and I came back to pick up the results, this is what I got. It's a rather official looking sheet. As you can see, I've got that standard size photo that they needed. They attached it to the paper for me, but I brought that myself. And it's got, the red stamp that everything needs in China, the official stamp, the doctor's signature, and they gave me 2 copies of this exact same official looking document. They gave me 2 of those. And they also gave me one of these official looking little booklets. But I don't think you have to worry too much about, and look, they put one of these little photos in there too, so they need a lot of those little photos. I don't think you have to worry too much about this little booklet. This can be handy if you have some medical conditions and you keep this in your backpack or your wallet or your purse, because it's not that big and it's not that heavy. So that could be good to keep with you if you do have some serious or important medical conditions that people might need to know about. But I think every time you do the medical exam, they're going to reissue you with one of these things. So I don't think you need to worry too much if you lose it. Alright, I think that's it for today's video. I think I covered all the main points that I wanted to say, but if you have any specific questions about the medical exam process, feel free to post them down below. This is something I had to do just a few months ago, so a lot of what happened is still very fresh in my head. And if what I had to say today helped you out, don't forget to like and subscribe, because I plan to make more videos like this in the future about all the ins and outs, what it takes to be a university teacher in China, and the things that you have to go through. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you back here next time.